Greetings. Welcome to the Morning BreadCast. Once again, I am Mark Grishik with Digging for End Time Truths, and we are going to continue what we started yesterday talking about the heart. I said we're going to have to do a couple lessons on this one because the heart of man is not something that you can cover in a few minutes. But anyway, we're going to pick up where we left off last time. Last time in our last session, we talked about the biblical definition of the word sin, right? And it's the intrusion of self-will into the sphere of God's divine authority. I mean, that is a powerful definition. And we talked about how sometimes we tend to go our own way and think we're following God, right? And, you know, even when we go astray, we say, well, God knows my heart. He does know your heart. That's true. But do we know our own heart? And can we actually deceive ourselves? That's what we started talking about yesterday. So here's where we're going to go today. We're going to continue on that, and we're going to see that God's heart obviously is for people, right? So I've come to understand that if our focus is not turned towards others, somehow it just ends up one way or another, it ends up on ourselves. It's just selfish, right? So even when it comes to, you know, when we're in church or when we do worship, we spend enough time with the Lord to get released from that burden, and we feel fulfilled, and it gets us through the next day or the next week or whatever it is. But it lacks that next level of that love for mankind that really is the Father's heart, right? So that kind of love that causes us to desire the best for everybody, our friends, our enemies, everybody, as well as, you know, all those around us, co-workers, whatever, right? So we're going to pick it up in Luke chapter 6, where Jesus is talking about it. Now listen, some of these scriptures, Jesus is just talking straight, man. He's just telling you the truth, right? So Jesus is talking in Luke chapter 6, and he says, if you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? In other words, he's talking about any kind of reward. If you're just living and he says, if you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. In the next verse 33, he says, and if you do good to those who do good to you, what benefit is that to you? Even sinners do that. Luke and chapter 6, verse 34, he says, if you lend to those whom you expect to receive, what credit is that to you? For even sinners lend to sinners to get back the same amount. Verse 35, he says, but love your enemies, do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. And your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and the evil. Verse 36, be merciful, even as your Father is merciful. Jesus lays it out, man. He's talking about the way you live your life. If you love those who love you, everybody does that. Even sinners do that. And if you do good to those who are just doing good to you, even sinners do that. And if you're lending money, expecting just to get it back to those that you love, even sinners do that. He says, don't expect anything back. Love your enemies. Do good. Lend, expecting nothing in return, he says. He said, be merciful, even as your Father is merciful. So right there, man, that is a lesson that is powerful, right? And you can see it. I mean, look it up for yourself. It's the red letters, man. Jesus is just telling you straight up that just because you love those who love you, that doesn't mean anything. Even ungodly people do that, right? So I think that's a good place to leave it for today. That's something that we could dwell on for today, right? And I want you to have a blessed day, and we'll see you again next time on the Morning BreadCast. Remember, thanks for tuning in. And remember to like, subscribe. You can get these every morning if you go to my YouTube channel and you click the notification bell, and it will let you know every morning. I think they post at like 4:45 or 5:45, depending on what part of the country that you're in. But listen, like, subscribe, share, get this word out there, because 21 days, man, you're going to grow up in the Lord, and you are going to walk like you never walked before. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time on the Morning BreadCast.